good because what it does is...
I think we all know what charge does.
Yeah. It rushes you over there from...
I know rogues fucking hate getting charged in PvP, so yeah, they definitely know what charge is.
Yeah, any of you PvP rogue trolls that we have out there, you can comment on how much you hate charge if you want. Do you have charge out here? Or am I
yeah, it's above...
Oh, there it is. Yep. Alright, charge. It's you can use it up to 25 yards away, and it pretty much just rushes you over to your target, and it stuns them for... Does it say how long? No, it's a couple seconds, I'm pretty sure. So bam, this is what it looks like.
Oh,
boom.
you don't need to...
Boom, you rush over there pretty much, and it stuns your target. And it costs no rage. And it has a relatively short cooldown, 15 seconds.
Well, if you're glyph for it, you can keep using it in combat, but enemies are just going to be in your face pretty much the entire time while you have aggro, so you're not going to have a chance to use it again, unless you're targeting a caster or something.
Yep. So for what I do for single target, for a single target rotation, what I do when I go in is I start my attack. First thing I use is rend because it puts that damage over time on them. Wow. And
you're attacking a raid dummy. This is pretty much a level 89 or higher.
Where's a bitch dummy?
Right there.
This one
in the middle. The bitch dummy.
All right. So first thing I like to use is rend. Bam. Puts that bleed effect on him. Does 723 every 3 seconds for probably about 12 seconds.
Now you're in the perfect position where you can use your thunderclap ability and hit those other two dummies.
Yep. So.
And then they get the bleed effect.
Let's show that to you right now. Fucking. Boom. Yep.
See,
now you look over here, bam, he's got the thunderclap debuff, and
he probably evaded it or some shit.
Yep. Yeah, because he's a raid dummy.
Now, thunderclap is spammable, by the way.
Yep. So the reason that I first use rend and then thunderclap is not only does thunderclap spread rend, but what the thunderclap ability does is it increases the time between your attacks by 20 seconds. So you're attacking more often, so you're getting more damage on the target, more rage, more threat. Friggin'. So I go in there, I put on.
You target the dummy in front of you, targeting the raider.
Yep. I put on thunderclap, or I put on rend, I put on thunderclap, then I build up my devastate to reduce his armor. Bam, 3 stacks. So I got him bleeding. My time between attacks is increased, and his armor is decreased. And then
so by now he's already pissed.
So basically, what I try to do is I try to keep these 3 abilities up, and then I use high threat abilities like shield slam. You can use heroic strike if you want to. You can use cleave. Cleave is a high threat ability. You can use shockwave. Shockwave causes a good amount of damage. Bam.
And at the same time, you'd be using your battle shout and.
Yep. So basically, your goal for single target is to keep. What I do is I like to keep up my rend, my thunderclap, and 3 stacks of devastate.
You also have some other spells to play around with. Like you have your vigilance, you have your concussive blow.
Yep. And then I just like to fill out the attacks in between. So that's pretty much what I do for single target. Boom. Multiple target, what I like to do is, like we were discussing when we were building up the talent tree, AoE abilities put damage on multiple targets, so they're pretty good for keeping threat. So we're gonna go in.
Hunter is distracting the fucking shit out of me right now.
Yep, we're gonna go in. Yep, and that's a wolf just running across the screen. All right, so we're gonna go in. We're gonna put up rend. And then thunderclap it, so it gets spread to additional targets.
Yeah, give it the clap.
We're gonna give it the clap, and then we're gonna do various AOE abilities like cleave, shockwave, and where's your revenge? And revenge. You are in a defensive stance. Why isn't your revenge popping?
You need to, in order for revenge to pop up, you need to.
You
need to either block
he has
or
to
parry.
Be parried. Yep.
Yeah, because you're just attacking a dummy. Okay, well just know that your revenge spell is gonna pop up when you parry something.
Normally your revenge will pop because you're gonna be parried and blocked as a warrior. So
it's a counterattack.
You're gonna have pretty much 4 of your AoE abilities going. You're gonna have revenge, thunderclap, cleave, and shockwave, and I just use those continuously to keep AoE damage going on all of the mobs. And the reason you want to use rend first is because rend, after you put it on the first target and then thunderclap it, your continuous use of thunderclap will keep your rend up, because every time you thunderclap it refreshes your rend.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Every time you continuously use thunderclap every 6 seconds, your rend is going to be refreshed. If there's a particular mob that you're trying to keep on you, like say one of the monsters in your mob is trying to pull away from you and go over to a rage whore.
Oh no! He's hurting me real bad.
Use some shield. You can use some shield slam on him. You can use devastate and stack up the sunder armor, because those monsters don't like the sunder armor. You can also taunt is like pretty much an oh shit like.
Pretty much an oh shit.
No, it's like I try to use other abilities to gain a mob's attention before I use taunt.
Oh no, he's making fun of me.
Just because taunt it doesn't have a very long cooldown, but it really doesn't do anything to the target. So you're gaining his threat for a second, but then you have to put threat on him by your attacks. Whereas friggin' the other abilities, like if you shockwave a guy, if you shield slam him, he gets pissed at you pretty fast. And then there's some other situational abilities that you will use for attacking groups, like when you need some CCs, you can use your intimidating shout. You can use if you're trying to debuff a boss, you can use your demoralizing shout.
You can use your shield wall too.
I don't think you have demoralizing shout out here, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Where is it? I think it's in BAM.
I think it's in the Fury section.
Yep,
yeah, there it is.
BAM. Demoralizing shout reduces physical damage caused by enemies within 10 yards by 10% for 30 seconds.
I don't really see how that makes sense of that being like in the Fury area. Like when you access it.
Let's see what
I think it's stupid.
Let's see what the cooldown on it is.
I think demoralizing shout, you can spam the fuck out of it. Yeah, you can.
Yep, you can use it as often as you want. So that's one of those things that is good if you have a really hard hitting mob or boss and you're just trying to bring his damage down. You can just continuously use demoralizing shout, and then your glyph, if you have the glyph for it, will affect it by
fucking find it.
Increasing the duration by 15 seconds. So it'll go up to a grand total of 45 seconds.
So demoralizing shout would stack quite. Yeah, so demoralizing shout would stack quite well with thunderclap.
It doesn't stack, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
You're gonna have that and demoralizing shout on them.
It's a good one to put up for. You don't really need it if it's for trash mobs that you can handle relatively easy. It's more for really hard hitting. Like the only time I've ever really used it are on bosses. Like bosses that hit fucking really hard. Alright, so that's pretty much all I got. I'm the Albatross.
I'm Spoon Man.
And this is Warriors coming right at you.
The prot tree.
In your face.